Hey, Taurus. Hi. I miss you. I just was feeling today like I miss Taurus and I miss Pisces. I miss y'all. So today is Monday. It's September 28th. I've done a bunch of these videos and I forget the date almost every time. Isn't that silly? This is your celestial weather update for the week of September 28th. I channeled some of this information yesterday and typed it up. It came through, and so I put it down so that I could share it with you today. What's going on this week that's a big deal is full moon in Aries, and that is on Thursday. It's on Thursday at 2:05 p.m. Pacific time. So the moon will be building and reach its fullness at that time. The moon is full in Aries, and what's it feel like to be a Taurus with this kind of energy right now? I feel like Taurus is doing well with its sort of, I don't know if sister sign is appropriate or appreciated by you or Libra, but there is that connection, and I've talked about it before, which is sharing a ruler, the sign, the planet Venus. And I think that Libra season can be a really pleasant experience for a Taurus, particularly because you've got the built-in excuses for not going somewhere of COVID-19, so you don't even have to like deal with some of that stuff because it's so understandable right now. At the same time, there could be some experiences that would feel like fun to you, and some of the socializing that may actually be nurturing, especially if you don't have to stay that long. You know, you can go and just enjoy it for a few minutes, maybe make an important connection. It does feel like there may be some potential for networking here. It's not all like love and friendship that's coming through. Something that actually feels possible is a connection with someone who can connect you then to someone else, or maybe not someone else, but perhaps it's a group or organization with whom or with which you could be affiliated that would benefit you in terms of something that you're trying to do that is, I guess it feels like work. I almost just said it feels related to some volunteer work. So I don't know if that makes sense. Or just helping with some kind of cause that you're interested in. I don't know. So do go participate in something that seems like it might be presenting opportunities for you to network in a way that like will really feel resonant. To me, this just doesn't feel like a stretch. Feels like, oh yeah, I'll check that out. I'm willing to put some energy into showing up to that. It's not like, ugh, that could be terrible. And, all right, okay, you might be saying that because you think it might be terrible to leave the house and not use the Uber Eats coupon code that you have for free delivery today. That's not what I'm talking about. If you have true reservations in terms of like, that is not my scene, you know, avoid that. This is the kind of thing where you'd be like, oh yeah, I've always wanted to see that thing or talk to that human or whatever. There'll be like some kind of thing in there that's like the, for lack of a better word, it's the sign that you should go. So say yes to that if it comes up. And then in terms of some uncertainty that could be coming through, the planet Uranus is taking its slow ass time through your sign. It takes 7 years. And while it's there, it is definitely creating upheaval. So there looks like, something, you know, this is going to sound so vague, and it is what it is, right? But something that you previously thought was important, that you valued as a resource, you are learning is not as important to you as you thought. So if you previously thought it was really important to have a car, okay, but your car broke down and then quarantine happened, you had the lesson of learning that now that everyone in your field is working from home, having a car doesn't have the same kind of importance. Now, you could have had a very different experience. Like, you always thought it wasn't that big a deal to not have a car. You got a car. You got a car so you could commute to wherever. Intel. I don't know, where were you commuting? And then you lost your job. But you bought a hybrid. You're a genius and you're driving for Lyft, and that's one of the ways that you're making money right now. I'm not sure if I've ever met a Taurus Lyft driver, but I think you can understand how the story illustrates that different life experiences can shed light on what may be valuable to us at the time, at this time. This time is the time that we have right now, okay? So taking a look at, like, is it as simple as counting your blessings? I think so. I think just a simple exercise of counting your blessings would satisfy some of this energy, because you'd be able to participate in the experience that is the planet Uranus coming through and revamping what we think our resources, our important resources are, revamping what we think our value system is in and of itself, okay? So participating in that by counting your blessings, and even counting the things that you didn't initially see as blessings, especially counting those, all right? That will make very good use of the energy and help it to be less clunky. I was seeing, like, your footing, the way that you're walking across this land, metaphors, the way that you're walking, it's like very unstable, and appreciating what is stable in front of you will help you actually to feel more stable. Does that make sense? I think it does. Okay. So hanging in there, the uncertainty itself is not going to kill you. We know that you're strong and steady and determined enough to move mountains. One way you could challenge the collective good, one way you could contribute toward the collective good is to put your own effort toward examining your feelings and looking for deeper meaning to what is flaring up for you. So there could be more, it could be more than just like life is chaotic right now and feeling really uncertain and I'm counting my blessings and it's all good. It could be like, all right, I did the exercise and counted my blessings and I'm still feeling off. What is probably there for you is an opportunity to examine your feelings and go deeper with them. It can be difficult to dig into that with you, and it can be really challenging for your partner, your best friend, or whoever it is that is involved in this kind of relating with you, but that they do so much work to try to get to a feeling. And when they get there, sometimes what you share is very hard to absorb and process for the person who's receiving it from you. And it may feel really confusing because that person has been trying so hard. So I was just talking to a friend of mine about this weekend, where someone may be like poking and poking and poking at you to get you to emote something. Like, do you have emotions? I know you're not like a cold-hearted Aquarius, but Taurus can be seemingly so steady as to not have feelings. So allowing the feelings to surface, and hopefully you're doing some work before you get into the space with this person, because this person is just not having the energy to process what you said after they had to do all that work to get you to open up. They're exhausted. You do some of the work in advance. Soften yourself up so that you can show up for this conversation with your vulnerable heart in a way that keeps you present and engaged with the person, so that you can respond to them and they can respond to you as well. They won't be exhausted. They may have an old story that you guys get to deal with together, but at least they won't be exhausted. And it would be great if you could sort of lead with letting the person know that you've been really thinking a lot about this and you've been wanting to take responsibility for how closed off you have been, that you know it's on you, and that you did some work before getting together with them through meditation, journaling, or visualization to be open, to share, and to be receptive. Okay, you got this. No big deal. You can handle it. Love you. Bye.